Hi, and welcome to Novaween from That's So Nova. I was trying to have like a really cute catchphrase, but all I can think of is who's that girl from New Girl, and like don't want any copyright things. So yeah, there's if somebody out there has like a cute yeah. So today we're gonna do a really quick and fast sewing tutorial for these pillows. The pattern is just measurements. I'm using 18-inch pillow inserts that I got from Amazon. You can get them at Walmart. Like you can get them anywhere. Like so when they have pillows that are going out of season that are fully covered, those are the perfect pillows that are like, I don't like this, but I just want to use the filling. There's no slip cover. This is just a decorative pillow. But I like to have cute pillows. I am a pillow junkie, actually. I'm addicted to a lot of things, but pillows is one of them. My bed is just covered in pillows. I like pillows. And Halloween is one of my favorites. So I wanted to create some really cool pillows with some different take on it. Right here, you're looking at an Alexander Henry, I want to say. Um, I will put the link to this fabric. I got it from Fabric Candy Shop, and I really like this. Different different little witches on their 50 pinups with brooms and cute stuff. I'm like loving the curls with the corset, pumpkins, and I used a stripe fabric underneath to accent it. And I don't know if you can really see, but I used some embellishment. This is a fringe, and this fringe is bats. So I used it on the inside and the outside of the fabric. And let me just put this right here. And this is a nice, just simple hocus pocus. And it has, these are little black balls that are a little fringe, little fuzzies. And it's super cute. Very, like, kids love pillows. People love pillows, and this would be a great gift to give to someone or just to throw on your couch to get into the Halloween spirit. And last but not least, a little Harry Potter. And you English people around the world just cringed at my accent. So you have this cute pop of orange, just matte black, no fringe, just a nice cute pillow. Now for this pillow right here, for the 18-inch, I used the exterior fabric. I used 2 cuts of 22-inch square fabric, just 22-inch, and the interior you can use 1 of your exterior fabric and like the same of exterior, or it could be muslin or like ugly fabric that you have that you don't want to use on the inside because nobody will see it. I used 2 20-inch. For the one I'm going to demonstrate tonight, I'm actually using a 19-inch square and a 19-inch square and a 21-inch square. I went wonky on my 22-inch, and it was like 21 and a half in some areas, and then 22. There was like no salvaging it, so I just got it to 21, and then just went 2 sizes. I went 2 inches down. It's the same thing. If you're using a size 16-inch pillow insert, you can do 18 inches for the main square, just 2, 1 exterior, 1 interior, and then 2 exterior fabrics of your choice. Like it could be plain black, whatever your fancy is. You can have a lot of fun with it. I personally like doing it with stripes because it looks interesting. That will be 2 inches bigger than your original square piece. So for 16, it would be 18 and 20. I'm doing for an 18, it would be 20 and 22, and so on and so forth. You can get these pillows inserts relatively inexpensive. Sometimes you can get them on clearance sales. I did get mine on Amazon, and I want to say it was like 4 for $16. But I know you can get them when pillows go out of season. Like right now, you can probably get summer clearance stuff at Joann's, Hobby Lobbies, or Michael's and get those pillows that say summer and just use those. But the pillow will be sewn into the pillow, so it's going to be like permanent. You can throw it in the wash afterwards, but the pillow won't come back out. This is just a real fun, fast way just to have have your fabric showcased in the best possible way for Halloween or any holiday, really. So let's get to it. You, I'm going to be sewing on my machine, my brother's sewing machine. It's a NQ3500D. I'm going to be using, I made a skirt and I had a little left over of this very thin, it's not cotton lawn. It's not as thick as quilting cotton, but I want to say it's a lining fabric. It's definitely cotton. I'm thinking, I don't think it's lawn, but I'm using, it was already laundered when I made the skirt, and I'm using some canvas Tim Burton themed fabric from Notorious. And for my exterior back piece, I am using Tulip Pink from the Line collection. Her lines are just really like thick and chunky, and I just love them on pillows. It's pretty much anything. And my exterior back piece, I have one of black lining, one of your exterior back. It could be black. On a couple of my pillows, I just went completely black because I had all this excess lining fabric from the skirt and I want to get rid of it. So this is the best way I thought of. And then, so for my exterior, it's going to be 21 for me today. And my exterior square, back square, and my exterior front square is going to be 19 inches. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I just used a chalk pencil, and I roughly went around a 1/2 inch so that I can get all the corners. Your seam to leave an opening doesn't have to be that big, because we're going to slip stitch real quickly to cover up that opening. So the smaller the better. Some people like to leave a bigger opening so when they slip stitch, or you can top stitch. It's your choice. It's personal preference. I just like to slip stitch, but I did do one pillow where I went across the whole entire border 1/8 of an inch. It's all about personal preference. And I'm going to be using bright orange thread so that you can see my stitches. And we will go from there. And I think I drew my opening right here. It's like 2 inches. I'm going to be using a stitch length of 2.5, and I'm in the middle, and I'm going to make sure I have a few back stitches because I'm going to be turning. For this project, a couple of pins, a scissors. I like to use pinking shears to get the seams nice and flat, but you don't even realistically really need that if you don't want to. Always have your needle in the needle down position when you're pivoting. Super domestic friendly. Even when I shove a huge pillow in here, it's not the funnest, but the kids like them. They're already eyeballing and claiming these pillows that I made for this tutorial. I personally don't sew over pins. Even though I have these magic pins that you can sew over, I'm just really weird about it. I'm the same person that you won't see me. I wanted to do a tutorial doing staples, but I've never honestly done it because the simple fact that I am accident prone. Like, I'm telling you, I'm the person that could trip over air. So even though I'm pretty good at eyeballing it, I feel like my needle's gonna hit a staple and it's just gonna like fly off and hit my eyeball. Sorry if that was graphic, but I'm keeping it 100. That I don't chance it, and that's the same reason why I don't sew over pins. Not the whole timing thing, because I do believe it can totally knock your timing off. It's more the fact that, I don't know, I feel like something a bad occurrence will happen when I do this. Take your time. There's no race. It is a relatively fun project. I feel like it'll be really fun to do with smaller kids, as long as it's supervised, or older kids, or just pretty much for anyone. But if you're trying to teach someone how to sew, and they want something that's like quick gratification, where they can see something that they made, this is an awesome gift to give someone, because who doesn't always need a pillow? Even if it's for your sewing room, have like cute pillows to prop around your back. I'm going to do a few back stitches. One thing I absolutely love about domestic machines is that I love that automatic thread cutter. Like, I think that's amazing. It's magic. I know you can get that on industrial machines, but it's extremely expensive. So, yeah, I'm gonna just love it on my domestic. I do have domestic machines that do not have any bells and whistles. Like, one of my favorite domestic machines is my Bernina 1008. That bad boy can sew through anything. And I'm going around with pinky shears. Again, you don't need to do this part. It's just that I know I'm using fabric that was meant for a lining of a dress, and it frays incredibly bad. So anything I can help to prevent fraying, I'm going to do. As you can see, like, you can see little black threads like burrowing out, because this is not quilting cotton. It's for dresses, for lining inside of a nice 50s dress that came out pretty cute. And these are like cheap Amazon peeking shears. Like, they're really cheap. I think they're like the cheapest ones you can get at Amazon. And don't get me wrong, I like them for fabric, but not when I'm making bags. And we are in my living room today. You're like, wait, this doesn't look like Nova's room. You're absolutely 100% right. My room is getting ready for Novaween decorations, and it's a hot mess from testing some bags. So we did a little, let's go into the living room and the dining table. And then I'm just going to turn this. You could take a corner and just like pull it through. Again, you don't have to struggle with the hole like I'm doing right now. You can make a bigger hole. But if you don't want to, you're like, hey, it's worth the struggle not to have as much slip stitching, hand sewing. Again, you don't have to hand sew. You could just top stitch or 1/8 of an inch all the way around, or just in that area if you want. Like you hear Sew say, it's all personal preferences. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever makes you feel good. Okay. So I'm going to take a chopstick and just go into the corners. And if you have an iron by you, this it can help make your corners look crisper. But I did not bring my little iron with me. If it's me and that iron is the traveling irons are not copacetic right now. It keeps leaking. Okay, so we have our nice tin burgundy kind of back. I'm gonna have this. I think I'm gonna have this be the back of the pillow because I just think it'll be super cute. I'm gonna do my slip stitches at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch the front panel. This is a 19-inch square, and I'm gonna start and stop in the middle right over here. Half-inch seam allowance, back stitch. Now, if you let's say you're like, hey, I really just want to do a pillow insert, you can do like an envelope method where you could fold over like two sides like this. Like you can have one, you can cut out the same pattern piece like this 20 by 22 inch, two of extra back pieces. Flip it over like this and have it where it's like an envelope style, where you can slip your insert in, and all your raw edges will be enclosed in the seam allowance. That's another fast way you can do it too. And then you can just hand sew like elastic and buttons on it, or whatever closure method, like, or you can put Velcro, sew Velcro down the back, and the back of the pillows can be closed off with Velcro. Especially if you have small children and you don't want to have like buttons. Heck, you can have older children. My kids still put stuff in their mouth, and I look at them like, what are you doing? Why is that in your mouth? Why? So you can put like different closure methods. I like Velcro, but I have 2 dogs, and just there's always hair that comes with Velcro. Like whether someone's hair gets caught in it or a pet's hair. So most likely I would do the button method for myself. Or you do like I'm doing and not have a closure method and enclose the pillow inside and just toss it in the wash. Ooh. Back stitch. And do the same thing. Like I'm just going to I usually like cut like a V whenever I have an opening. And if you are using your iron at home, you could take these pieces while they're open, and if you iron them like right now, like the opening, it just makes your life so much easier when you're trying to slip stitch or top stitch, because you already made that crease of where it's supposed to be. So right now I'm going to just use my good old fingernail and crease it, but that does help tremendously. And you can start having a lot of fun with it. not only could you use really cool fun trim, you can use buttons to tuck, like make a tucked it, like one of those. I wanted to do that earlier and I totally forgot to do that. I'm thinking about like you could put a nice like decorative button that you had and like pull it in and make it look all fancy. Like there's a lot of different things you can do with these pillows, and just you can get super creative. You can make one look like a pin cushion, like similar to what's on my arm, and you can use oversized needles, like the doll needles. That would look really super cute as well. Let's see. And speaking of pin cushions, we will be doing a tutorial on making a pin cushion with like a couple different methods versus just stuffing it with cotton, something that could help you keep the pin cushions super sharp, your pin cushions, your needles super sharp, and instead of dulling them, you have a lot of little cool projects. I go in here and I just kind of snip around the corners so I can get a nice corner, but not too far in, because I have done that a lot. You can kind of abracadabra it too and pull from one corner, and it all kind of beautifully comes together. All right, get my chopstick. And just poke out the corners. I like these pillows too, because if you're trying like new colors in your house and you just want something that really can tie everything together, or your apartment or your studio or whatever have you, put those in there. So what I'm going to do is take a needle real quick and some thread, and I am going to slip stitch this in. And I know a lot of people hate hand sewing. I hear it a lot in the community. I find it relaxing. Um, but I like the finish of it. And I'm just going to go inside, and it's like basically making little mountains. Like you're just going in between each layer, catching the inside, and you're just literally you're making a small little slip stitch. And this is when it helps, like the smaller um the turnout hole, the easier it is. You can definitely, like I said, go around the whole thing and do 1/8 of an inch, or just that area. Have all your threads match. So I like this thing because I'm sometimes stuck with pieces that are a little smaller than a fat quarter, but they're too big to call scraps. So making like little pillows or something, canvas like art with embroidery hoops, things along those lines can showcase like the beautiful fabric that you got, and like I don't know, like you kind of keep a piece of it. It becomes more than just my stashing. And I'll do this for the second one, but I won't do it for the sake of the video because I know you're probably like, hey, get to the part where you're stuffing the pillow. And I'm going to do that right now as soon as I tie this off. I'm show you what our second part is going to be. So we have this beautiful top, and then like I said, you can figure out what exterior pieces. Like I had this part was showing on. I can either go like this. I can have it where, and see, this looks super cool because it's so contrasting. Where this is just black in the back, and then have the lines be in the front, or I can have it all black. All black. I know I like the all black, but the Beetlejuice lines are like making me want to kind of gear towards the other one, but I think I might go all black and have the back have the stripes. I don't know. Okay. And you can what I like to do is if you have your press with you, if you don't, then you could just do what I do. I finger press to find my centers. And I do the same thing for the main. Orange thread everywhere. And then I just line up the centers. As fast as I can. If it's not perfect, no one's gonna judge you. And then I pin everywhere. I'm gonna have a bigger size opening here because I'm gonna be shoving an 18-inch pillow in, and I don't want the threads to pop. Having your bottom threads match the bottom of the back of the exterior is extremely helpful, because then it can fix any mistakes you make if the stitches are not perfect. I keep grabbing the same pin that is slightly bent, and I'm like wondering why I keep doing it. Just throw it away, Shova. And somehow I just never do. Okay. So I'm going to bring this over on my machine and I'm going to start over here and I'm going to go a hair above 1/8 of an inch, but not quite 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to go all the way around, but I'm going to back stitch on the top, my start and stop. I'm leaving roughly about I want to say an 8 to 9 inch hole, like whatever the circumference of the pillow is. If it's 18 inch, try to do like a 9-inch hole, because even though doesn't have any raw edges, so a bigger hole is fine. Yes, it's going to be more work when we have to sew around to make sure that we pick up the stitches where we left off, but it's worth it so that you're not popping stitches and getting frustrated. And I totally did my pins the wrong way. It's okay. I'm still at, you can increase your stitch length if you wish. I'm still at a 2.5 because that is my to-go-to. I'm going to move my needle a little bit more to the left. So I hit that 1/8 of an inch. I'm using like I think a 80 needle, and it's from Smith. To be honest with you, it was a needle that I was using on a garment, and it's too lazy to change it out. But it doesn't need a very big needle. You're going through what, 4 pieces of actual leather, and then one seam that's 2. So like six layers of fabric that none are interfaced. So it could take that. And then I'm going to go to where my opening is, and like I said, do a few back stitches because you don't want to get frustrated. Now I'm gonna grab my inserts, my pillow insert, just trim these threads. And like magic pillow insert. You're gonna take it, you're gonna kind of try to roll it, stuff it. This is not the prettiest process, but it gets it done. This is the reason why I say get a bigger hole, because trust me, I have done smaller ones and it's not fun trying to stuff the pillow in. It's like a reverse birthing. Not getting the needle caught in that would be awesome. Snug as a bug as a rug. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a few pins and just pin I grabbed that cricket one, but apparently I do not learn my lesson. Yep, and it poked me in my finger. Alright, see how like stuff, it's super cute. So now we're just going to top stitch this. We're going to connect this where our last threads in from here to here, and then we're all done. This is, like I said, quick and fast sewing method. If you wanted to go around the border with like a fancy top stitching, that like go for it. There, you know, I have like a million stitches that I don't use in here, and this would be the perfect opportunity to try something new. So here's like the not fun part. You're gonna have to squish down your and this is why your pins are super important. Back stitch, and we're gonna do this top stitching. And my thing completely jumped off, so I cut my threads and I'm going to go where I jumped off and needle down and back stitch. It's not the funnest part, but you'll make it through. And if you stop with your needle down. And then you trim those threads. Like, even though I have a thread cutter, it like it leaves a tail that's like about 1 inch. So then you have like this really cool pillow. I'm loving this. This is one of my favorite prints because I'm a huge Beetlejuice, Jack Skellington, Edward Scissorhand, Corpse Bride kind of person, Alice in Wonderland, all of that fun stuff. So you have like this really cool pillow, and you can use different sizing. Like if you want like a bigger border, I used 21 inches. You can use 22, 23, 24. The possibilities are endless. And you can, like I said, you have your exterior main panel, which is your inner square, which is 2 inches bigger. You can do 1 to 2 inches bigger than your pillow. If you do, I did a 19-inch square and it fits absolutely perfectly snugged. If you did a 20, you can go around and do a second row of stitching. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and your fabric combinations are too. Get the cute tulip pink pillows, old t-shirts into pillows. So it's a fast project, and if you have any questions, please leave comments down below and I'll be more than willing to answer them. I'm going to put the measurements that I used for the pillow tonight and what I used from the previous pillow. And that's about it. I will be seeing you tomorrow for a bag tutorial. We'll be doing a swoon, the Bonnie bucket, and I'll put information where you can get the pattern for that down in the description as well. So you can like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and comment and share if you think it's shareable. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a really great day and happy Novaween.